Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host, Evan Teague. Like always is Noah Bailey. So, yesterday, we finally got the first official teaser, like actual full trailer teaser for Avengers Doomsday. What are your initial thoughts?
A lot going on. Like, between all the characters that we have established and kind of haven't really talked about, the characters who are kind of just also here, and everything else in between, this movie's gonna have to be 3 hours long. Because so much needs to be explained. Characters need to meet, they need to connect, they need to catch up, they need to actually fight the villain, they need to lose to the villain once and then fight them again, probably. And
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a lot going on, and I'm really excited because I don't know if it's just I like trailers, but I've felt the hype I've felt for previous Avengers movies and somewhat, not fully, but it was there. I was like, oh, like there were some moments I was like, oh, that's so cool. So
Yeah,
hope is being restored.
there were some
But
very, very cool sequences in this
right,
trailer, absolutely. I will say I'm not as like fully jazzed about it as much as I was hoping I would be after just this first trailer. I'm excited. I'm not one of those people that just out of the gate just was going into it like determined to already hate it before even seeing anything about it. Like there's been like a whole hate campaign about this movie for years, it seems. And some of it is like maybe kind of warranted to an extent. Like it is definitely weird that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doctor Doom.
yes,
I still don't fully understand that decision wholly, 100%. But like
not at all.
the voice he did in this trailer seemed like the one that Doom would do. So I don't I don't. It's definitely it's a choice that I don't. We'll see if
Yeah,
fully pays off. But like, so I did not subscribe to that, like, oh, everything about the trailer is terrible, like it looks bad, the fighting is bad, why is this happening, like there's no build up, all that. I wasn't not subscribed to any of that. However, I do I there's just something about this trailer that just makes me, I'm not going to say worried necessarily, but not as hyped for it as me personally any other Avengers movie up to this point. And I can't quite put my finger on exactly why. I just know that there's something slightly off about it to me, especially when compared to like that initial Infinity War trailer. And maybe that's unfair because that was a great trailer.
that is a bit. I still get chills from that trailer.
Yeah. And I think part of the problem, and I guess I'll say a problem, is I'm not going to be one of those people that are like saying there's been no build up to this because there has been some. Not no, there has been some. Also, not every Avengers movie has to have like years long of build up. Like, Age of Ultron didn't have build up. Like, it wasn't like they were teasing Ultron every movie. It wasn't like, it doesn't really matter like that. But also, it is definitely a little weird that a good chunk of this trailer focused a lot on the Fox Universe X-Men in a movie about Doctor Doom. It just feels a little weird when, like, Doctor Doom is generally, first and foremost a Fantastic Four villain, and they were kind of barely in this trailer. And again, it's only the first trailer, and like you said, it's probably going to be an almost 3 hour movie, so they're going to be in it. But it almost is also very telling. I'm sorry, I'll let you talk in a second. It's a little over.
Oh yeah,
it's also, I think, very telling that this movie that is, supposed to kind of be a culmination of the last 6 years of movies, and we'll touch on that a little more in just a second. This movie that's supposed to be the start of the culmination of the last 6 years of movies, the only three voices we hear throughout the entire trailer are Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, Thor, and Steve Rogers.
Yep.
Of all the characters who we've been interacting with throughout the entire time over the last 6 years, the only three people we heard in the trailer were the main three Avengers from the last movie.
And yeah, and that's kind of my point. It's like it feels like they're fully like that point, and also the whole thing with the X-Men. It's like they're fully going. It's like fan service or bust. It feels like
Yes.
because, which don't get me wrong, fan service is very powerful and
Oh,
it
yeah.
can easily make billions of dollars.
Mhm.
However,
Deadpool Wolverine.
that's what I'm saying. But I mean, but at the same time, it's like, is that going to be enough by itself? Because again, the Robert Downey Jr. thing still doesn't make sense. It didn't at the time. It doesn't make sense now. It's not going to make sense in 10 years. Like, it's going to be one of those choices that's like, well, that happened, but
Well, that just happened.
it's more of how much is it going to hurt versus how it's going to happen. It's like, it's either going to be one of the worst decisions in movie history or it wasn't that bad. It just depends. But yeah, it just like they clearly did it for fan service reasons because everyone loves Robert Downey Jr. even though he's not even playing the same character anymore after having that super send off thing. But
yep.
yeah, man, money is powerful.
There was a send off for the Fox Universe X-Men in
Yes.
Deadpool and Wolverine, and then they're just back again here to kill Professor X for the 5th time.
Literally. Yeah, I mean that one. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like there's definitely gonna be some they're gonna go back to the X Mansion or whatever. There's gonna be some giant threat, and and then the new Avengers show up, and then like, oh, you guys, no, we need to like the same thing with Infinity War. It's like you fight each other, but really you're on the same side, but we don't know that yet, so we're gonna spend time fighting each other, which does lead to one of the coolest the whole Shang-Chi versus my God, they brought him back.
Yeah. And there were people online trying to be like, how is Gambit taking on Shang-Chi? Like, Shang-Chi is incredibly strong. He is, but also X-Men in general can be as strong as any given moment needs them to be, especially Gambit of all people. Like, he's great. I don't know if he's Omega level, but he's crazy.
No. He's not an Omega. He's not an Omega level mutant, but he's still busted. Like, the X-Men are kind of ridiculous just as a whole.
Yeah.
Because Omega level is like basically a god. So but yeah, no. It's like, and it's also just like, why not? Like, sure, you know what I mean? Like, not at all I'm waiting for this. Like, it's just like
yeah.
So
I guess he got out of the Deadpool
somehow,
void
some
and
way.
made his way to that universe. Sure, why not? I also just kind of question again after 6+ years of movies in between time how in that room where we had the 3 different teams meeting at the Fantastic Four, we have the new Avengers and we have Sam's Avengers,
which are
and his Avengers team is Captain America, Sam, New Falcon, Ant-Man,
correct,
Thor, who just showed up now. So, like, I assume he's been off-world until literally 5 minutes ago, or he just now telling him about the threat. And that's it. That's his entire like. There's no machine. There's neither Hulk is here. Moon Knight. There's no.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
like, we got 2 different Hawkeyes.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no
nothing.
Captain Marvel. Are you kidding? Like, where's anybody we've been following this whole time? What's the point of any of these movies? They're not going to show up now.
Well, that's my thing, because I'm like, okay, but like, didn't they had us? Where's what's her name? Rambo? Yeah, Monica Rambo. Because I'm like,
she was trapped in the X-Men universe, so she should be. She should be here.
So are we.
One of the very few after credit scenes that actually directly, connected to this universe. Same with Doctor Strange, the guy who specifically dealt with incursions twice, isn't here at all. Why not?
That's what I'm saying. Like what? Like I mean, I guess he's dealing with something because I mean, at the end of Multiverse of Madness, he has his like third eye open or something. I
And
don't.
then Clea shows up and whisks him away to the dark dimension,
Yeah,
but
so
like
it's
he can
like
show
maybe
up.
he's busy, I guess, but that was
No
so long
Wong, you
ago. We
think?
don't really
Yeah,
know what he's been up to since then. So it's like you can't come back even for the fate of the world. Like
right. It just seems. I don't know. It just seems a little weird that like Sam's like, we need to reform the Avengers, and it's three guys.
oh, two
Like,
Avengers, yeah. Mind you, it's like, yeah, half of these people don't even know what's going on. And like, we've got the Wakandans kind of like, I don't know. I'm like,
Star Lord is on Earth, and that into that movie it says Star Lord will return, so
that's what
he
I'm saying.
should
So I'm
be
like,
here,
is
but
he
he's not. No, that was
I
never
mean,
gonna happen.
I don't know. Part of me is like maybe they're saving more people for more trailers slash reveals, but then they also just had Loki in a shot. So I'm like, well,
Yeah.
clearly we're not just gonna like hold stuff. Like,
Which, speaking of which, I think this trailer, I'm gonna bet right now, all the money I have plus some, that this movie, this trailer, more than any trailer we've seen from Marvel at this point, even that infamous Infinity War trailer with Hulk in a place he was never at, um,
literally,
this trailer more than any other Marvel trailer is wildly misleading. Like I guarantee that shot with Loki is either going to be like a flashback or like some kind of memory he's having, or it's just in a different place entirely. It's like, oh, Loki, he's associated with the TVA, so we're going to show him in a place that looks kind of like TVA or whatever. The shot of the both Avengers groups and Fantastic Four in that room, there are like pockets in that room where there are
yes,
very clearly people standing. They're
yes.
just cut from this.
Yes. This is yeah, no, exact like
They're
like the No Way Home where it's like they just crop out
mhm.
like
Like I
totally
wouldn't be surprised if
unusual.
there were like a Doom bot standing in the middle of Fantastic Four. They don't know it's a Doom bot. Maybe it's actually maybe it's actually they think he's Doctor Doom that like telling them about these incursions that like they need to go stop, but actually it's a Doom bot or something, or like maybe Steve is already there in that, which we'll get to him in just a second. Maybe like Steve is already in that shot, or maybe there's like some other character we don't know about yet that's going to be there. But yeah, there's absolutely people in this movie that they're just not showing us. Like, but at the same time, like I don't really know why. I don't really know why Marvel movie trailers insist on doing that.
I mean, I guess like part of it's to subvert expectations, but it's also just like to add as much hype as possible based on misleading information because you can, and they're allowed to do that now, I guess.
I
I don't know.
guess.
I always think that's weird. So I'm like, why are you gonna have shots that aren't gonna be in the movie? Like,
Mm-hmm. Like it's cool seeing Namor again. They remembered he existed. That's cool.
that they did.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna remember how powerful he is, or he's only gonna be that strong for just that movie and then be basically worthless.
Yeah.
It's
Probably.
like unlock. It's like when you unlock the as a playable character, and he's like, he's not even good.
Exactly. Yeah. So, what do you? It's so bizarre that like the final little tease about this trailer after Thor says, "In order to stop this threat, we need a miracle." Which Thor, calm down. Like you've dealt with stuff like this before. Like I know personally that Doctor Doom can scale higher than Thanos because of just whatever. But like it's and like they're using Thor kind of as the Hulk in Infinity War. Like, oh, we're gonna show how strong the villain is because he beats up our strong guy. I guess that is Thor's kind of taking that role this time as like his harbinger or whatever. But like I don't know, it just seems a little weird that like first of all the literal first teaser for Doomsday back in December was the reveal that Steve Rogers was going to be back in this movie, which was already a little weird when we already have
Why?
Captain America. We already
How?
like you had to send up. We don't need you. And I feel like you being in this only works if Doctor Doom looking like Iron Man is relevant. But Okay. But also, like, like Steve Rogers showing up is your miracle that'll help you. Like, he's just a guy. Like, I know he can wield Mjolnir, but he's just a guy. Like, how is that? Like, it just seems. And again, I know these. The trailers will constantly like put dialogue over scenes that like feel relevant, but actually they'll be it's actually for something else. But that just feels a little awkward in a bunch of different ways to have the Steve Rogers reveal be the teaser when we already knew he was in the movie.
Right. It's like, and also like respectfully, what's he gonna do?
I don't know. Like, there's some theories that this is actually a Steve Rogers from a different dimension where he's actually Hydra Cap. I think that could be cool in theory.
What?
In theory.
What? What does that do other than just like, oh, look at this thing we did? Like,
That pretty much
that's
is
what I'm
that.
saying. I'm like, that doesn't like, I don't know, man. Like, I understand that like hype is powerful, but I'm like, the movie can't just be hype. It has to be
Yes.
something.
Yeah. And that's kind of the vibe I got from this whole trailer is
Yeah.
just people doing things because like my roommate kind of put this perfectly together. Like the way this trailer was kind of the way it was established, because it's Fantastic Four and the X-Men and the Avengers, the new Avengers all just kind of doing whatever and fighting each other. It's like, you're a 7-year-old child and you have a bunch of toys. You have GI
Literally.
Joe, you have Bionicles, you have Transformers, you have just any given McDonald's trinket that you picked up over the year, like just like on your on your bedroom floor, just bang it together just for the sake of just doing it just because you can. Like really, what it kind of feels like.
It does
Sure,
kind of
what
feel
if
like that.
Mystique and Yelena fought? Sure, why not? Like, I don't know.
Like, who asked for that? No one, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Yep. And again, I think the individual things they showed are cool. Like, I think it will be actually, pretty cool watching Wakanda's and the Fantastic Four interact along with Namor. I think it'll be, I think it'll be cool watching those X-Men interact with these Avengers characters. But what does that have to do with Doctor Doom? It's
That's kind of my thing too. I'm like, are they? I don't know. It's like, so are we gonna explain how all this happened? Because like, did the universes just all come together? Did everything just collide? Like, what
Is Doom
happened?
somehow
And
controlling the multiverses? Is he causing the incursions somehow? Is he trying to like? Is it a thing where like he thinks he's actually doing good by stopping incursions, but actually like creating them in order to do for some reason? I don't really know.
no idea.
What it is? Yeah, I don't know. It's also just a problem that I think a lot of people have been expressing for a while now is that it's weird that this is the first Avengers movie we've had since Endgame. Like,
Yes.
whatever the next Avengers movie should have been, whether that be King Dynasty, whether that be whatever, that should have been their Age of Ultron. That should have been their, like, here's just kind of a one-off, like,
Middle ground.
just reason to get 6 to 10 Avengers characters we've been following together to fight some big threat. Because these characters haven't interacted before, there's opportunities for them to kind of not mesh well at first, and then like you know uh Sam as Captain America can actually show why he's Captain America, and round the team up and like actually send them in a battle and do good stuff. They're like there's countless villains they could have thrown. Even Doctor Doom, I think, could have been that level of villain, but instead they bring Doctor Doom in immediately as a multiversal threat. It just feels so
Random.
yeah, kind of random.
It's just like, I mean, and again, kind of like you said, it's like, why are we right back to like the same level we were just at, where it's like, yeah, there needs to be some time to build that up. We got to build the Avengers. We have to make it make sense the Avengers even are together. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
we had like three of them at this point, basically.
Hmm.
And yeah, and it's weird because it's like, it feels like it's just for the money business because
Yeah.
it's just being thrown together and based on nothing we have to go with like, oh yeah, this character who hasn't been teased or introduced at all is supposed to be this gigantic threat, which, like, don't get me wrong, I know we didn't see a lot of Thanos, but like, we saw, disciples of Thanos with like doing things before, or we saw like
We've seen just
what.
how powerful individual Infinity Stones are. So someone wielding them
Right.
all
And like,
together is a big deal.
right. And it's like, oh, well, Thanos was the one who sent Loki, and Thanos was behind this. It's like, okay, well,
Hmm.
that kind of like gives them all kind of. This is the first we even know of Doom. I mean, Doom's not even mentioned in the Fantastic Four movie. I mean,
Outside
there's
of the
one
after credit
scene.
scene. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, he doesn't even say. I mean, you don't even see it. He's just you just see
Hmm.
his cloak and like that's it. And there's like
Yeah.
that scene where they're trying to fix the planet with all the countries and Latveria's not there and like
Hmm.
that's kind of it, and it's
Yep.
like you got to give me a little more than that, especially if it's Robert Downey Jr. It's like, oh my, are they really just going to lean into you should like it because it's Marvel and we said
Apparently.
so. And it's
And I
like
think,
that's
sorry.
lazy writing.
And I think the single like moment in recent Marvel history that kind of exemplifies the like grand issue I have with the structure of this movie specifically is it, the after credits scene of Shang-Chi, which clearly
Mm,
was teasing a different movie. But we'll pretend like it's teasing this movie. It's clearly teasing something with Ant-Man, I guess, and like somehow with something between the connection, like oh, we're getting this like beacon from this like very this place that like somehow the rings are connected to that may or may not have been the quantum realm, may have been something out in space. We're not sure, but I think the thing that like sticks out to me the most about that scene is that the people in that room were Shang-Chi, Wong,
mm.
Bruce Banner, and Captain Marvel. Only
And
one of oh well, and Aquafina.
there it is. What's her character's name again? I forget.
I I don't I really don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah, yeah, Aquafina, yeah. But
Katie,
yeah, continue. So,
Katie,
say what?
Katie,
I
maybe
think it is. Maybe?
something like
Yeah, I
that.
think it is Katie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
Of the four Avengers characters in that scene, only one of them is actually in this movie. Even though the four of them have clearly been like not like
That's a great point.
on a team, but like they clearly have been interacting like clearly a
Wasn't
resource that
Rocket
like
in there too?
you're thinking of a scene from Endgame.
Nope, that's the wrong scene. My bad. Never mind.
But like clearly, like they weren't like the Avengers, since they were very clear multiple times in future movies that the Avengers were not a thing, which I still think is crazy. That like over time, Nick Fury never reformed the Avengers. Sam is only just now reforming the Avengers, and even after that movie, we still had to get this like government agency to form a new Avengers team. Like how did it get like this? Whatever. Clearly, there is this at least four-person group of Avengers characters who have been in contact since Endgame, and only one of them is actually on the team now. That I know that Captain Marvel might be out in space doing her own thing, so like, but it's it's just weird to me that it's just another one of those after credit scenes that is clearly building to actually nothing. Like,
Yeah.
it should have been pretty easy to kind of mesh all those together into something somewhat cohesive.
Yeah. It, like it's so tough because like part of it's like, okay, well, yeah, they had this whole Kang thing planned, and then things, outside of their control happened. But yeah, how they just completely pivoted from not necessarily the actor, but the entire character as a whole
Mm-hmm.
made no sense to me. And I feel like if you wanted to downsize it, that's one thing. But to have all this setting up towards it and then just completely going to something else and not addressing it at all is kind of insane. So,
Yeah, yeah. So like, I obviously I'm still gonna watch the movie. I'm probably gonna like the movie. Like, the chances are pretty high that a Russo brother directed Marvel movie is gonna be pretty good. And like, I think that's kind of thing that I can't like. I can't fully be completely pessimistic about this movie is because like, yes, is Steve Rogers and Robert Downey Jr. are they only in this movie because the Russo brothers really liked working with those actors, so they brought them back? Yes, but also the Russo brothers have directed 4 Marvel movies. I know it's been 6 years since they've done that, but like they've directed 4 different Marvel movies, and all of them are very good. 2 of them are some of the best Marvel movies. Period. Like,
yep,
actually, I would argue 3. You could even argue Endgame is also up there. Like they're
yeah,
really like all 4. Let's say all 4 of them are easy top 10. Is that fair?
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Like, so I don't think they've forgotten how to make movies. I think, and it very easily could have been a thing where some of this was just studio mandate. Like maybe Kevin Feige just really, really wanted to bring his act, because he actually worked on those original X-Men movies. Um, Maybe he just really, really wanted, since we're doing multiverses, maybe he just really wanted those characters in this, so the Russo brothers had to include them. Maybe, but it's still like I can't get on board with automatically hating on this trailer and hating on this movie because I know that the Russo brothers can make really, really good Marvel movies. That I,
Yes.
until I'm shown otherwise, I'm gonna believe this one is going to be good as well.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's going to be good. I think it's just that I think the issue is more so it's like, is it going to be good? I don't know, this sounds weird. Is it going to be good for the right reasons? I guess it's like,
Yes.
am I like, and the reason that we're gonna like it, the reason everyone else is gonna like it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like,
I like seeing characters I like on the screen. It's like
mm-hmm.
not everyone's gonna go for that.
Yeah, and you kind of made this point earlier, but like, is Deadpool and Wolverine a great movie?
No.
I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. But is it like a good structurally sound? Is it well paced? Is the CG great all the time? Do the jokes always land? Like, irrelevant. I got to see Deadpool and Wolverine do something.
Irrelevant.
I I got to see Deadpool, Wolverine, Channing Tatum as Gambit, Elektra, and Blade all in the same room together. So I'm happy. Oh,
That's
and
kind of my thing.
X-23. Like all those characters in the same room together, kicking butt. Like I don't need anything else from my.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like from a fan service perspective, that's all you need, and it's
Yeah.
like you can't like the movie's kind of already done that in one sense. It's kind of like whenever like there's a whenever there's a Star Wars thing and it's like kind of just okay. It's like we'll make this better. You know what? If we can find some way to put Darth Vader in, this is gonna be great. And then it works like every time. And you're
Sure
just
enough.
like, dang, that did make that better. That made that a lot better. I don't know why it did. But like, not everything that has Darth Vader needs Darth Vader, but it's like the fan service gives a lot of extra points,
Yeah.
but it's like getting a curb on a test. It's like it helps, but it's like you still gotta kind of try.
Hmm.
But we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. And we said this before, but like I'm pretty sure it was actually for both Avengers movies, but I know for a fact Infinity War. That first trailer was good, but that second Infinity War trailer,
Best
like
trailer of all
literally,
time.
yeah, asked you, like one of the best single trailers for a movie I've ever seen.
That is my favorite trailer for anything ever. That trailer
Like
gets me excited today. I've seen the movie a billion times, and I'm
I
still like, well, what's gonna happen?
I remember watching The Last Jedi in theaters, and they showed three trailers before that movie. They showed Pacific Rim Uprising, which I liked that movie. It had a great trailer. I know some people like don't like it for whatever reason. Like I like that movie. And it had an amazing trailer. And they showed Black Panther, great trailer. They showed that Infinity War trailer. Wow, I could have walked out of the theater right then and been very satisfied. And then I watched The Last Jedi, and I also like that. So shut up. um, but yeah, like I just remember just like watching that trailer actually in theaters for the first time and just like almost crying. It was so good. And I wouldn't be surprised if, when I go to see Spider-Man, uh this trailer plays before it and like in
Yep.
a theater setting it gets
Oh
me.
yeah.
Because the music is still very good. Like, the beat again, people could try to say certain shots and certain CG and whatever doesn't look great. It does visually look good. Like people are kidding themselves with that. Like they're either watching it on on Twitter, which has infamously bad bit rate, so the trailer just look worse on Twitter. Um, so like I really do think like I know the first time I saw it was on Twitter on my phone, and then I watched it on a bigger TV, and it looked a lot brighter, a lot better. Like I think actually seeing these shots in a cinema will you know will make any if you have any issues with with thinking that the CG might look a little off, or the lighting's better, or whatever. Like, I think those aren't actual problems. You can have problems with the structure and the forced fan service or whatever, but I don't think it looking bad is a valid criticism.
Not great. Yeah, because I'm like, it looks pretty awesome. All things considered, like it's not perfect, but
Yeah, which
I mean,
you
it
can, so you know,
looks
I think the little bit we saw of Doctor Doom, flawless. Like I think that's a
yeah.
very good
And again, I
costume for
kind of,
him.
I mean, and it's kind of things like I like less in this case because I don't want to see everything, but
Mm-hmm.
like from what I saw, I'm sold. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because people were convinced, oh, it's just going to be an Iron Man suit with a cloak on. No, that's clearly not that.
I would, I would not have liked that.
Yeah. So yeah, when that second trailer hits, probably in like August or September, I imagine,
Yeah.
a few months out. I think that trailer will like make or break, like if we think this movie will actually hit the way we think it will.
Oh, it's gonna be huge.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still at this point. I still think either it or Spider-Man are going to be the highest-grossing movie of the year, and I wouldn't be surprised if it actually still did end up being Avengers Doomsday. I just
Probably.
like I think it's going to be one of those classic times when people, you know, bag on a movie, up, up, to and even well into its actual release. Yet everyone sees it anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing too. It's like I feel like everyone's gonna watch it regardless. Like they don't care.
Yeah,
Like it's gonna be great. And and it's like it's gotta be this is one of those movies that it's gotta be really bad for people to be like, no, I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Like it has to be like awful. Because I mean, it's just because of the franchise, the people coming back, how much goes into this. Like, it's gonna have to be really bad for people to not go see it. But
mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, we'll just have to wait to see more to really give a full appraisal of how we think it'll actually be. Which I do want to point one more thing. It is very interesting that the vast majority of the scenes from this trailer were really from only like three different sequences. From the Wakandas meeting the Fantastic Four, the X
mhm.
Mansion, and like the three groups meeting up. That's
And
kind of really
Avengers
all we
Tower,
saw.
and yes, yeah.
Yeah,
And then of course the like Thor trying to attack Doom, and Doom's just like,
yeah,
mm,
yeah. I do. I
I'm
think
holding that back.
that's another scene where I wouldn't be surprised if it instead of just fingers, it's like a whole like green like
Like
what's it called, like
magic.
rune, yeah, like magic rune thing in front of him, like blocking it. But
Yeah, something more than just I'm just like that. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
but, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like the way Thor's talking, I'm like, you would have thought he like he ripped his head off. Like
Uh,
Thor said, I've seen warriors greater than all of you combined, and they got killed by stuff not nearly as bad. I'm like, whoa.
calm down, dude.
I'm like, whoa. Thor, wait a minute, bro. How bad? What's going on, man? This, you talking crazy, man?
Okay, moving on. To some. I would I would argue this has been probably the worst news I've received all year. That being that the Batman Part 2 has been delayed
Yeah,
again
yeah,
from October 2027 to February 2028.
yeah.
This is only a
Yeah,
4 month delay, but still.
I mean, but red flag though, like serious red flag. Because again, we're still doing Clayface for some, for some
Yeah.
reason.
That is not
Like, not that,
connected to this Batman.
which, like, I don't know, man. I know, I don't know. It's just like I worry that, I do like that they kept the, Matt Reeves Batman project kind of separate from this DCU. They didn't like
Mhm.
just throw it in and okay, this is our Batman now, because I feel like that wouldn't work in this universe.
Yeah.
But I feel like because of that, it's getting put on the back burner, and that worries me greatly because why would you do that?
And the way James Gunn has been talking, it's kind of as if he's just letting Matt Reeves do his own thing. Like it is fully separate from his, like it technically has the DC
Hmm.
Studios logo, but like he has basically
That's
no
it.
involvement of that outside of just saying, yeah, make it. But she was already making it, so that's irrelevant.
Right.
Um but like I really I don't know how movies work. I'll admit that. But it is definitely weird how we're delaying the movie a year and a half after, like before it was supposed to release. Like, did some actor drop out? Did they like have to rewrite the script or something? Like, what exactly happened that you already know this far in advance that is not going to hit its next October release date? Like,
And what's
I,
going on?
I I think they were either have already or were supposed to start filming kind of soon. I know we got like a like a new shot of Robert Pattinson's bat suit, and the ears a little longer. The suit looks a little more like refined. That's cool, but surely you've shot more than just that.
I don't hope so, but
Yeah, it's especially going to be funny how that this movie is going to come out 4 years after the Penguin, which came out 2 years after the
that's
first The
what I'm
Batman.
saying, bro.
It's supposed to take place pretty much immediately after. Like,
That's what I'm
okay,
saying. I'm like, it's been, and the Penguin did so good. Dude, that's the weird thing. It's like it's clearly working, and it's like
you could have
people
had
just
two
don't.
more seasons of Penguin in between time for this movie.
That's what I'm saying. Which would have been awesome, by the
Yeah,
way.
I'm all here for it. Absolutely.
Right?
Like, like yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know exactly what could be the hang up for it, but I don't know. Like I don't, like it's just one of those things where you know the news hits and you're just like literally, I'm not even joking. Like literally, that was the worst thing that happened to me on that day that I came out. Like on the just like man, this just ruined the kind of ruined my day. Like I know like it wasn't like oh it's gonna happen tomorrow and it got delayed. Like I know it was a year and a half out, but like that is still
Still,
probably even right now my most hyped movie. Period. Outside of maybe Across the Spider Verse or Beyond the
I was
Spider
about to
Verse,
say,
those are
aside
close.
from Spider-Verse, of course.
But now those are going to be in different years, so they won't be competing for favorite superhero project of the year. So
That's
that's good.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Assuming it doesn't get delayed again.
Assuming
Sorry, sorry.
Spider Verse might get delayed again at this point. Who knows? We haven't heard anything
That's
about
what I'm
that.
saying. I'm like, I don't know, because we haven't heard anything about Spider-Verse either. So I'm like, I don't even.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's gonna be like, like I've seen the memes where it's like the Toy Story 2 scene. It's like, wait, come on, let's put the last episode. That's it. What do you mean that's it? It's like, oh man, that'd be so bad. I'd be so disappointed. Please don't do that. You can do it.
Yeah, and also Robert Pattinson's going to be 42 when the movie comes out.
That's so crazy too, because like
Yeah.
and he's doing other stuff. I mean, he's been busy this year
Mm-hmm.
because he had 2 movies with Zendaya this year and something
A
else,
third one. He's
right?
going to be in Dune Part 3.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Also, Zendaya's just in every movie this year, but
Yeah.
still.
um. So yeah, I don't have much else to say about it. Just I hope when it comes out it's good. I have no reason to doubt it. Just like with uh, Avengers Doomsday, but even more so, like Matt Reeves has never made a bad movie, especially not the Batman movie. So it's gonna be good when it comes out, but I just would rather it come out, you know, soon. But oh well.
Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, yeah, take your time, do what you got to do, but on the other hand, like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Because at this point, the first one was wait,
March of
gonna be
2022.
that's what I'm saying. Is that's gonna be what 6 years
Like
later?
yeah, almost 6 years later.
Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's so crazy to think about.
Oh well. Um. Let's see. Uh. One more little piece of Disney news. Um. That Moana remake did you no favor.
Oh, I'm sure it's horrible. I listen. I from everything I'm sure it's like negative, whatever. I don't even know.
Honestly, it's been out for 2 weekends, and it's honestly did better than I initially thought it would, even. But
Okay.
still, it's only made 179 million so far on a like 200 something million budget.
Ooh. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't great. Eh.
Like Moana 2 making a billion did not help this at all.
See, I find this wild because, like, on the one hand, yes, I agree with the masses. A Moana movie, live action, did not need to be made whatsoever.
No.
However, literally last year, they made a Lilo and Stitch live action that,
Yep.
like, I would also argue people didn't want to be made.
Yep.
And yet, that made literally $1 billion.
Yep. Correct.
So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, logically, even though I think it's dumb, a live action Disney movies have, for the most part, outside of Snow White, have been fairly successful. So I'm like,
Yeah.
surely this will follow the trend. And I don't know if it's people hating it because it's Dwayne Johnson and they're just tired of him in every movie, or what? But
Maybe it's just a crowded summer. Maybe the
it is a
trailers
crowded
always
summer.
looked bad and no one cared.
That is also true. But I would argue the same thing about Lilo and Stitch, though.
No, you're right.
Because I'm like, there was nothing about that movie that made me want to see it, and yet everyone saw it.
So here's what makes stuff like The Lion King, Aladdin, Lilo and Stitch. Here's what makes those movies actually smart. So those live action remakes came out, 20 plus years after the original,
Yes,
which
that's true.
means that the kids who grew up on those movies are now adults and have kids, and those kids, have also been watching Disney movies, and now they can watch this remake of this movie that they both
Right.
grown up with together. Moana came out 10 years ago. They are still actively making new Moana movies. Like,
They are.
it's not like, and not that Moana is like, not a, it's I would argue it's a major franchise for them, but it's not like revered in the same way that Lion King or even Lilo and Stitch to an extent is. So yeah, someone who was 15 when that movie came out is 25 now. The math just doesn't work out the same way. Whereas Lion King about 94 and that movie came out in 2019. Like that's what 25 years. Like it just there's so much because there was so much time between movies. It felt more like a new thing. Whereas
Yeah, it
this
felt, yeah.
being a exact shot for shot remake, just worse,
Yeah.
only 10 years
A lot of
away,
that going around.
it just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't check out. No, agreed.
Yeah.
And like your logic's incredibly sound, and I agree with it. I just assumed like, you know what? It's gonna work out anyway because Disney, but I was
Yeah.
wrong.
Like it had a seemingly very good marketing push. Like I figured like, didn't appeal to me, but I figured, yeah, the people that saw Lilo and Stitch or even the How to Train Your Dragon movie last year, which also did fairly well. Like it didn't like,
Right?
break a billion or anything, but did fairly well all things
Yeah,
considered.
like yeah.
I thought that would
Granted, that looked a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. The
visually, yeah, it looked a little.
Yeah,
It still had that
looked,
like weird wash, gray washed out filter every movie has nowadays. But like this Moana movie, I don't like. There were like shots of like there was like behind the scenes, footage of them like doing the dances and stuff. And if they just literally took the like the raw footage and didn't do any touch ups, it would have looked great. Like it actually, the greens looked green, the sky looked blue, like everything looked great. But then they like showed the actual clip from the movie, and it's all gray. Like, why do you actively make your movie look bad? I don't understand why movies insist on doing this.
maybe it's like a trend or something, but it's clearly not working.
Like, is there just one guy at all these studios that just like gets paid a big commission if that style is used? I don't know.
Probably. There's probably some third party reason why that style is preferred that doesn't make any logical sense, but for reasons they have to just do it anyway.
This, I like this might just be conspiracy theory, but like I have a feeling this might be the. It doesn't make sense, but also kind of does. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the kind of thing where if for whatever reason if that filter is over the entire movie, CG is just easier to do. I don't know if that makes sense or whatever, but like that's the only way I could see that making sense. Even though Pirates of the Caribbean 3 does not look like that, and the CG on that still holds up amazingly. So I don't really know. I know that was 20 years ago, but like I don't know exactly why it looks like that. But that something in my brain just feels like that lighting just makes CG work better nowadays somehow because no one knows how to animate or whatever. I don't know. That's just random theory.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was that was rough, man. It's just like, well,
sorry.
They can't all be winners. But,
at least Toy Story is about to break a bell again, so that's good.
I mean, that's great. Yeah, but I mean, that was expected. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like, I mean, it's what it is. What it is. It's like, I mean, let's be honest. I'm not winning anyway.
It definitely would be better for you if more of your movies broke even and not just the ones that break a billion or the only ones.
That's what I'm saying. It's like my movies either shatter the box office or shatter me. There's no in between because I'm like, but it's okay. I mean,
for what it's worth, He-Man tanks.
I mean, but there's no. I mean, that movie had no chance.
No,
like, it was
absolutely
like that was Like every trailer when it came out in the middle of every other movie, like that movie. Oh, like that movie. So Jared Leto, like like that movie had no chance. So it's like, yeah,
My brother liked it. He liked it, but he likes bad movies, so I can't really take his word
he's
for
the
it.
one person who bought tickets. Like I can just imagine that theater just being like 4 people.
Mm. I
Oh
think it
my
literally
gosh.
was. I think he said it was him, the 3 people he went with, and like 2 other people. Like it was,
Literally.
yeah,
Yeah, that movie screams you'll find it one day on Max and just
yeah,
hate watch it.
or like Paramount Plus, or like so no one's gonna see it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Or
But that is
Tubi.
that's
Ugh.
how that's kind of been this whole summer have been like either movies that are just massive breakout successes or no one saw it.
Done after three
Yeah,
weeks. It's
He-Man,
like
Mandalorian, Supergirl, Moana,
Supergirl.
even
Ah,
Minions kind of underperformed. Like it's still doing, it's still making a little bit of money, but it's not nearly as good as people as I
the
thought
other
a Minions movie
ones.
would do. Like, yeah,
It's probably because of Toy Story being around the same time. I feel like people are just
yeah,
gonna pick Toy Story over just like if it was Despicable Me 4 or something, it'd probably have a better shot.
yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, movies have been so hit or miss. I still can't believe neither of us picked Michael and it hit 1 billion.
Yeah, I just forgot about it. Like I
That's
forgot.
what I'm saying. I didn't even know it was coming out, and I felt so bad because I was like, "Dang,
Biopics
that
usually
would
do
have."
amazing. Why we just didn't think about it?
Well, my thing is like Michael Jackson's like the most famous person ever, and I'm like, even just off principle, that movie would have crushed. But
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, that would have helped. I don't know. I feel like
Hey,
the
you got
first.
Mario. That's something.
I mean, yeah, no, Mario's the only reason that I'm even like remotely close. But
Yeah.
because Mario just made so much compared to its price. But I'm just
Mm.
like, yeah, man. Like, I feel like that first quarter we just like were just picking movies, and then the second one I'm just like I just picked every movie that was gonna bomb except Toy Story. Mandalorian, it's
Mandalorian
gonna
should
be
have done
great.
more.
It's
It wasn't like the
Star
best, but
Wars.
Mandalorian I think should have done better.
I agree. I don't
They
know.
could have positioned it to do better. Uh, yeah, I think Moana. Your logic was sound with Moana theoretically making some money, but yeah,
My only logic was because it's Disney and people just like the live action movies. Like kids were just gonna go see it, but apparently they didn't. And I'm like, you
no,
know what? I wouldn't go see it either. I don't blame you.
because the people who were kids when that movie came out are like
College,
teens now, and teens don't want to go
maybe.
see they don't want
Yeah.
to see Disney stuff. They're too cool for that.
Yeah, it's not cool. Yeah, you got to give it like if this had to come out maybe 5, 10 years later, they probably would have done way
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
But Dwayne Johnson doesn't want to wait that long. He needs that paycheck,
Mhm.
I guess. Because I feel like he's been in less stuff lately,
That feels right. Yeah.
right? Because I can't think of a movie he's been in lately.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah. All right. One more topic I have, which is a kind of wild story. So, for some reason, Amazon is making a God of War TV show.
TV show.
Yes. And
Okay.
they're doing that thing where they're only making it because it's popular, but what's popular right now is the God of War Norse duology, which
Okay.
if you know anything about those games, the story and just everything about those games only works if this Kratos is the same Kratos who did everything to the Greeks in the previous like 4 or 5 games. Like it like there is so much about this character that only works if he is that same guy. So Amazon when making a God of War show, their first idea was, yeah, let's just remake the Norse game. Like,
Like with no context of anything of how we got here.
yep, and I guess just pretend he's that guy or ignore it or what? I don't know. Because like there, do you care about spoilers for God of War
No, no,
2018?
go
Yeah,
ahead, go ahead, go
there
ahead.
is a I'm not like the biggest God of War fan or anything, but I know the lore and whatever. But like, so there's this one absolutely pivotal scene in God of War One, God of War 2018. I tangent. I hate so much whenever video games or movies or whatever have like a reboot but call it the same thing as the franchise name. Like, give it a subtitle or just or
Yeah,
God of War.
something
Like,
so I know
call
the
it God of War would
difference.
I think would have been cool, but whatever. So God of War 2018, like it's like kind of implied that it's the same guy, but also it's like there's weirdness about it. But there's a moment where like there's like this big decision Kratos has to make, and Athena, the one remaining god from the previous, I guess technically trilogy, but there's some other spin-off, like the one remaining god from the trilogy like appears to him and like gives him guidance, like wow, yes, like confirming this is that same Kratos, and that is a very pivotal moment that you cannot do the same way if you just do if you just started as dad Kratos. So another kind of weirdness about this about this show is that they got Ryan Hurst to play Kratos in this. Ryan Hurst, in theory, is actually a pretty good person to play Kratos. He's very tall. He has a very deep, very good voice. You probably don't really know him from anything, but like the stuff I've seen him in is like I could easily hear that guy do a pretty decent Kratos. Um, However, two things. One, he literally plays Thor in the second God of War game.
Oh,
So it's a little weird that like they're getting a God of War actor to play a character in God of War, but not the one that they. But like he's the only, as far as I can tell, the only crossover actor, but he's not playing the same guy. It's just a little weird. Um, Two, in the little like the screenshots we've gotten from the production, he just doesn't look right. There's something about his beard and the like bald cap just doesn't
it
look.
doesn't work.
The face paint just doesn't. I don't know. There's something about it looks off. so I think Ryan Hirsch theoretically could do a really good job as Kratos, but just everything we've seen about it so far, just the awkwardness of his casting was just a little off-putting, which makes it incredibly weird when last week it was, or like a week or two ago, it was announced that the production was put on hold because Ryan Hurst like had like a major muscle injury when
Oh,
when filming. I don't know why a stunt double wasn't put in at the time. Like maybe he's one of those guys that just since he's so big and strong, he can just do his own stunts. Whatever. But like apparently he overextended himself and like really messed up his arm.
oh,
So so they were actively filming in July of this year, and the production was delayed into early next year.
oh. Bad, bad, bad.
Yeah. Then, like 3 days later, it was announced that they were going to recast Kratos.
Wait, what?
They just decided to
He's just
ditch
out
the
now.
entire after a couple of months of shooting for this show. They're
They were
just
like,
no, we
he's
can't.
done. We can't.
Done.
He can't move his arm anymore. We just need to just start over.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's insane.
Like, because there have been times before when like they've recast an actor really late into production. It's worked out well enough, but like this, like, are all of the shots that he was in originally unusable? Can like is that even legal? Can you fire someone because they pulled a muscle? Like, is this union sanctioned? Like, how does like I don't know how this happens. But yeah, I just found that story funny.
That's insane.
Obviously not, I hope Reiner
Well, yeah,
as well,
not
but
like
like
for on a
just
personal,
it
like,
just
haha, you broke your arm or whatever happened.
yeah,
But in terms of like, yeah, like they just like,
you're
yeah,
done.
we're just gonna go with someone else because his like, I feel like it was probably one of those situations where it was like, okay, we're just gonna agree to go our separate ways. because like you're probably frustrated that this happened. We don't really like the direction it was going. Also, maybe they felt weird about the beard too, and then
Like maybe
just, you
they
know what?
maybe there was someone on the production team that was like really following Twitter activity, and saw a lot of people complaining about his acting, his choice for Kratos, and maybe they're looking for an excuse to get rid of him. We're like, oh, you broke your arm,
Maybe,
bye.
yeah.
But
Which I
imagine
feel like
filming. Sorry, go. Yeah.
I feel like more projects should do that. Like, not that you should let like, not like everything should be bullyable. Like, oh, like we don't like your choice, pick someone else. But like, I feel like people should. There should be someone who's like keeping up with the public's thoughts and like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. To an
how
extent.
how much hype is and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like imagine working on a project for multiple months, to the point where like you severely hurt yourself doing it. Like let's say to any given job, like you stay. Oh, you still there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You like
Like
the loud for a second.
you like work just 12 to 16-hour days, multiple days, even on weekends, and then like you're basically getting no sleep, like to the point where like you basically hurt your eyes, and like your legs, literally, like you're just sitting and working so much that your legs like literally stop working. Like you just like your body just shuts down because you've been working so hard that you literally like you know cannot come into work anymore, and then they just fire you. Like you have nothing to show for it. Like that would suck.
It's like and at his funeral they fired him like the SpongeBob. Oh my gosh, that's so much. That is really messed up. Though I think about it.
Yeah.
That's why I hope it was a mutual parting of ways kind of thing.
Mhm.
Because if not, I feel really bad.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Hopefully, like there's some kind of severance, or like some kind of union mandated thing they have to pay him in order to make that fully okay. Because like just getting replaced immediately is like, I don't know that.
It's rough.
Yeah, I hope it was above board. Is pretty much what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
imagine him going in for surgery and waking up and being like, "I was fired." What?
Wait, you Kratos announced what? like, I was gonna say, have they already found someone, or are they
As far as I
still?
know, there hasn't been a replacement, at least not announced. But yeah, at least I didn't hear anyone specifically named. But yeah, okay. That's all the topics I have. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I was say, if you want to talk about Project Hail Mary a little
Yes, yes, fantastic movie. Uh,
bit.
the only like theoretical complaint I technically have about it is that I'm sad that you didn't get to see it on a bigger screen. Like,
That's
because
fair. That's
you saw
fair.
it as on your regular, 50-inch
Yeah,
TV or
yeah, it was
whatever,
on
how
my
big it is.
friend's TV. So yeah,
Yeah,
it was not in theaters, but I have to say it was awesome. You were right.
yeah.
I really enjoyed it. There's a lot that goes into it, obviously, and they're figuring out this new compound, why is the sun dying, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm,
I like how they give you bits and pieces of the story from his perspective, but they don't give you everything.
mm,
And it's kind of like as he's remembering and piecing things together, you start to like realize like, oh, okay, so he's this expert, but he's not an astronaut. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well,
mm-hmm,
this and that, and okay, he's supposed to go here. It's a one-way trip. Oh, that stinks, but makes sense that he can get there. And he starts learning about it. He's got all this technology on the ship, and then he meets Rocky, which Rocky
mm.
is the
Amazing.
greatest. Yeah, no, that Rocky. I've never it's first of all, I like that it just was such a it was so nice to have Ailey. He's just like like a little cute little thing, and then they
Hmm.
give him the voice, and it's so funny. His voice is just
Yep.
like his, And question. Why is that? Oh my gosh, it's so funny how they like their bond is so pure and cute and everything. It's like it's so fun. And then you realize you get further in, they start solving the mystery, but then it gets worse, but then it gets better. And they start figuring it out, they work together, and then you realize, and then you start seeing more of his backstory and this and that, and
Mhm.
then the whole explosion thing happens in the backstory, and you're like, oh, this is crazy, what's it gonna do? And then you find out that like oh yeah, he wasn't an astronaut because he didn't want to go. And you're like, oh. And you realize, yo, they literally kidnapped you and put you on a ship
Mhm.
and made you go save the world. Which, like, it's so messed up, but at the same time makes so much sense because, like, what else are you gonna do?
Uh-huh. But the fact that he only got
So it's
woken
kind
up
of
after
like,
all the other astronauts had actual astronauts had died is like I
yeah,
was
okay, so that is one thing, and I
yeah.
don't know if I missed that. Do they explain why that happened? That is one thing I
Um,
wanted to know.
I from memory, I think there may have been a malfunction in like the waking pod system, or like or because I'm pretty sure I think the other three yeah I think the other three astronauts they were never awake at any point on the journey. I
Hmm.
think he was somehow just preserved better or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was just I thought it was gonna be one of those things that like was revealed later or something, but it kind of just nah, we just they just didn't make it or whatever. Which like
Yeah.
it kind of felt like that Passengers movie where it's like yeah they just didn't wake up and it's like oh
Mm,
well that sucks.
yeah.
But it's also like man this is so, like but it's a really funny. I think it as far as an original sci-fi movie, I really liked how it really blended realistic with fictional because on the one
Mm,
hand it's like legit astronauts and they have to calculate for this and that and all that stuff. On the other hand, we got freaking Rocky and like
yeah. Yeah. Rocky, we
little
got this like space algae stuff that can really power engines. Like, sure, why not?
yeah.
He's eating the sun, but also it can act as an energy source. Yep,
Yeah, it's like
sure.
the greatest energy source ever created and it can
Mhm.
basically beeline it home
Yeah.
based on nothing, which is awesome. Oh my gosh. I thought it was so well done. And I thought like the funniest part or one of the most wholesome parts where they're talking about Rocky's like wife or partner or whatever.
Hmm.
And it's like, what's their name? And it's like, like, whatever sound he makes. And he's
Yeah.
like, we'll call her Adrian. And I was like, oh, that's such a
Yeah.
that was so clever. And it was funny because like my friends were like, oh, I don't get it. And I was like, oh, you guys have never seen like the movie
Rocky. Yeah.
Rocky, because that's Rocky's like wife, well, girlfriend and wife, I guess, depending on
Yeah.
which movie we're talking about. But yeah, it's like I thought that was really funny. I was like, Adrian.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, it was really good, and it's so wholesome how at the end he figures it out. They get it done, and he sends it home, but then he stays on Rocky's planet.
Hmm.
I thought that was really solid. And he's like a teacher on their planet. I
So
loved
good.
the translator thing. The translator thing,
Yeah.
while it was straight out of something sci-fi, I like how they actually used it. It wasn't just like,
Hmm.
yeah, I understand your language, but it wasn't just like, yeah, we're gonna have to do like rock sign language either.
Hmm.
The translator thing made it way better. Especially when you had to like anytime a new word was introduced or a new concept, they had to like make a word for it. And so I thought that was really clever.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was real. I mean, for it basically being a bottle episode
Yeah,
in
pretty
one
much.
part, I mean, this movie was great. Ryan Gosling crushed this,
Oh,
considering he was acting with himself for the vast majority of this movie.
fun fact: the rock creature was actually made with minimal CG. That was mostly an animatronic or a puppet.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So there was at least a thing he was acting against most of the time.
that helped. But yeah, but it's like
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
yeah, I know, but it's like, don't worry, we got a puppet. Oh great. I can't wait to
Mhm.
run lines with it. Like
But yeah, he crushed it. Like absolutely
crushed that,
amazing.
man. Like that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like and it was just such a great movie. It's a fresh, original idea. It's not, something 17 or it just felt like it just felt really good. It was just like it felt like an original movie that it felt like that. I'm like that we need to see more movies like that, man.
Yes.
That was
Yeah. It
amazing.
also I think this movie like showed just how good of a directors I guess Phil Lord and Chris Miller are. Like obviously they produced and or directed the Spider Verse movies, Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs, the Lego movies, etc. Like they made some good animated stuff. I haven't really like known them as live action actors or directors, but yeah, they are just
Rushed.
phenomenal. But like most of the time, it was either like very somber or very wholesome. But like there were just a couple little moments where you could like see the like the like there's a couple of scenes that felt right out of the Lego movie. The one particular one was like I think it was the first time uh, Grace's ship uh, was like there with the Rocky ship. There was a scene
Mm.
that was like showing like the outside, like Grace's ship like moved over, and then the bigger ship like moved over. It just like felt like something
Yeah.
straight out of. It was like can you see me? Like and there's like a couple like little moments like that with Rocky also just like little moments of humor that didn't like overwhelm the movie or whatever, but like I feel like the first Spider Verse movie also had a lot of those just like little like quick little comedy scenes
Yeah,
that
like quick little just nodes of comedy kind of just
yeah
thrown in.
yeah but yeah like the comedy that was in it was amazing the that it didn't like overshadow the you know the the general somberness of the flashbacks but also
Mm-hmm.
you know yeah like I just yeah, I was just even though it was a like over 2.5 hour movie, I was fully engaged the entire
Yes.
time. Like I was never
Yes.
bored. Like I was did a very very good job.
Yeah, no, it was really the soundtrack I thought was really good. I liked the
Yes.
like joyous pumping music, like
Hmm.
dun, dun, like yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was really good. But then it gets very serious moments, very somber, like like that scene where Rocky, you think he's not gonna make it. It's just like, bro,
Uh,
like I have never felt so bad for a rock in my life. Oh, because
mhm.
it's like, well, first you hear that, like, yeah, there was like 20 of them, and then like they didn't know about radiation poisoning. You're just like, bro,
Mm,
that's crazy. So he's just
yeah.
like, he's got this giant ship meant for this whole crew, and it's just him.
Hmm.
Body's probably in a corner somewhere. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. But like that scene with their in the atmosphere of that other planet, like everything like goes red and just
Yeah.
like that scene in particular, like I wish you would be able to see it in actual theater because I don't know if this is a thing in I don't know if the TV you watched it on could capture this, but um, the movie theater I went to, it's not an IMAX theater, but I guess it can still show movies in the IMAX format. So all of the flashback sequence are in the standard 16 by 9 like standard movie format, but all of the present scenes are like the full tall IMAX, you know, uh, what's it called? Resolution, perspective, whatever.
Hmm.
So like it was very fascinating, like watching those, like watching like those bounce between each other, but just the scenes that are in space and to have like those big bombastic awe-inspiring moments just look so good with that IMAX resolution or that aspect ratio with the music and with the theater surround sound. Just it was very good.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that was definitely a movie I wish I had seen in theaters now that I know now, but it also it's still not just visually was great, it was just great regardless.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really hope it's not one of those things where it came out so early in the year that it's just forgotten about, when it comes to like Oscars and that kind of thing. I don't think it like will win any major actor, major like screen writing or even like full on actor or full on Oscar awards or anything. But like I think the person that basically that puppeted Rocket or Rocky, I think he should get some kind of credit. I think Greg Wiseman, the 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 cinematographer for this, who also did the first two Dunes and also the Batman and a bunch of other fantastic movies. Like, I think he should get some recognition for just how good this movie looks. Like, yeah, I I hope it at least is recognized, at least in nominations at the Oscars.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I think so because I feel like as far as like, I think again going back to how he was kind of, I mean, not the only actor, but he was definitely like doing most of the scenes without any other people in it and things like that. I think they'll definitely consider him specifically getting an award. I don't know if the movie will get to me because there's a lot of heavy hitters this
I
year,
mean, the Odyssey is
especially
probably going to win a lot of it just because it's
which
Nolan.
yeah, which in some areas it does deserve. In some areas, I'd be like, well, it depends. I don't. It depends on what we're getting the honor for. Like, if it's like sound design, yeah, I can see that. But if it's like, oh yeah, like I don't know, original story, it's like, well,
It's not. It's. Eh,
like,
I could argue
I,
adapted screenplay, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know the Odyssey pretty well, but I mean, for the most part, it followed the formula pretty solidly. So.
Mm,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, but overall, no, I think Project Hail Mary definitely should have a few awards
mm,
coming its way, or at least nominations.
yeah. All right. I think that's all I have. Anything else you want to talk about?
That's all I've got.
All right. So with that, we'll see you all next time.
Take care.